Is this where you're bored?
Son, didn't anyone ever tell you to say hello before you start asking questions?
I'm in a hurry.
Yeah, you kids today are... You're always running around.
I'll keep that in mind.
Son, and you, if you really need it, will be more than happy.
I'm not a tourist and
The only way...
I have to board. It's a matter of life and death.
I'm sorry, but like I already said...
Forget.
Whatever.
John Ford. Born in Portland, Saint Marie. 50 bucks. Here are my papers.
So you...
Right.
What?
The Saint Marie something. I don't remember the whole name.
The Saint Marie... I know that you aren't...
There won't be...
One last... The girl's boarding documents are... Is she your daughter?
Yes.
What's her...
Emily Ford.
Okay, the documents are in order. The Saint Marie de la Mer will dock in a few hours.
Thanks.
Good luck, son.
Right.
Jack. Jack. Jack.
Oof.
It seems like my bar is making you sleepy lately.
It was just a few seconds of fatigue.
You were saying a name during your moment of fatigue.
What name?
You were talking about...
No. Speaking of which, did you...
Yes. Maybe you better go to bed too.
I can't leave the girl...
Calm down. Oh, you should also...
Who?
The Chinese...
I'm not... It's not like you...
Keep him...
I know.
Don't...
As soon...
Sure. Anyway.
Good evening, De Niro.
Hi, Slavansky.
I guess you got my letter.
Yes. Thanks for your kindness.
Okay, so you know I'm not joking. And I heard about your mishaps tonight. It was definitely a bad night for you.
Where'd you get...
I always know
Right.
Exactly, Dan. I wouldn't want to...
Are you
Absolutely.
I already told you that...
Heard that old story.
Damn Russians. Here's your money.
Okay, De Niro. This way we can get back to our pleasant owner-renter relationship.
Keep the money. And your
Anyway, I want to show you my loyalty to renters. I find out about your misadventures from police detective.
A police detective?
Da, one Ballard. You woke me up in me.
Did you let him in?
Of course. I don't have any intention of upsetting...
Tell me about this police...
What do you want to know?
What kind of guy was he?
He introduced him. He was pretty tall, had dark skin, was well dressed.
What did he do when...
I don't know. He wanted to go in alone, but he was...
Dannazione. Malone is trying to frame me. Who knows what... I'm not interested.
Good.
Why isn't...
Problems with boiler.
Did you call it?
Nah, technicians are good for... Boiler is solid. If you...
Until it breaks down? Goodbye, Slavansky.
Goodbye, Del Niro.
few hours of sleep should get me back in shape.
While Emily is asleep in the cabin, I sneak for a smoke on the deck of the boat. We'll be off to Canada soon, leaving New York, Professor Zindler, and this whole mess behind us. We made it. We're safe, I think. But the barrel of a gun between me shoulder blades makes me think otherwise. It's the Turk. He found us. With a sleight of hand worthy of a surgeon, he slides his hand over me holster, puts on the safety, and takes me gun. He pushes the gun into me back and starts talking with that horrible accent of his. He's talking about something, but I'm not listening. I'm too focused on finding a way to get out of this situation. But I can't think of anything. If I make one false move, the Turk will pump my gut full of lead. All of a sudden, fortune smiles on me. A big wave hits the boat, sending it rocking. The Turk loses his balance. A fraction of a second, and I'm on him. His gun lets off a shot. I ignore it. I don't have time to figure out what it hit. I gather all my strength and head for the hold. The Turk falls like a sack of bricks. That should keep him in line for a little while. Grabbing Emily, I get off the boat. They know where I am, and I have to hurry up and run away. I don't have much time. I have to find a place to hide Emily. If the Turk got to me, it won't take the others long to get here too. The door is locked with a padlock, but it's been partly corroded by salt. If I could find something to use as a lever, I could break it. I was able to get a part of the plate off. By using that piece of metal as a lever, I should be able to break the padlock. One good hit and the lock breaks without any problems. I try to get Emily to enter the shipyard, but she's afraid. I put one of my darts around her neck and I tell her we're playing a game. I'll count to 30, she has to hide, and I'll come looking for her. I'll whistle every now and then with my horn, and she has to do the same when she hears it. I tell her to never come out of her hiding spot because I have to find her. If she hides well, I'll give her a toy all for herself. Emily heads for the shipyard. From her eyes, I can see she didn't buy the story about the game, but she knows she needs to do it. The kid's on the ball. The hole in my lungs was getting worse and worse. It's starting to get hard to even breathe. With my last bit of energy, I head towards the entrance. I get to the outside telephone near the harbour master's office and I call the police. Their intervention won't help much, but at least it will put a lot of people on guard and that will put the brakes on the Turk's friends. Then I call the last person I ever thought could help me, Jack. I cover the telephone with a handkerchief so he doesn't recognize my voice. If he knew it was me, he'd never come. The telephone starts ringing and someone picks up on the other end. It's Jack answering. I make up the first lie that comes into my head to get him here. Halfway through the telephone call, the lines dropped. They cut the electricity in the telephone lines. They're here. I did everything I could, but now all that's left is to wait for the end, and I certainly don't want to do it here. If I have to die, I want to do so somewhere decent with the sound of the waves in my ears and the sight of the moon slashing through the rainy sky. Yes, it's a good place for a goodbye.